Okay, I am back in business. I am no longer hungry, so I can think straight. That's a plus. That's always a plus. So I had a little look at this before I started the cam. I put this because this is sticky. Yeah, had a little look at this. It's actually mostly okay. I probably could have gotten away with not doing extra, but since I've decided I will, I'll just do some more. So I reckon. Let me just sort that out actually. I reckon if the picture traffic is 1 in 40, if I aim for 40, I can't imagine I'm going to need an awful lot more than that, really. Or do I just do 80 and say sod it? I'll do 80 and say sod it. I'd rather have more than I need than not enough. That is my preferred ortho goggles because I'm paranoid and PPE is important. Should have put these on first, really. Take my headphones off, put these on, and then figure out the rest from there. Yeah, that's better. Cool. Right. So, I'm in a respirator because I can't open any doors. And I'm flipping through my Spotify until I find something I want to listen to. Sure, let's go with that. Right. Cool. Okay. Do the thing. I'm aiming for 80. Hopefully I don't force it up this time. Would be nice if I could just not. Then I need to stick locators in this lot. No. 0, please. Thank you. Right. I've got to try not to hum along to stuff again. I'm going to take 78, to be honest. I think that is a sensible place to leave it. Right. Then, was it? No, it's 1 in 40, 1 in 40. So it will be 2. It will be 2. That gives me. Not quite. Oh no, yeah, it is. Cool. No, yes, no. I think it's really nearly. Yeah. Seems like it's probably fine. And I'll do my use and dump a bunch of this in. Definitely too much. Too well. grab a stick and carefully fold everything in. Got my little pot of locators I can whack in here. And then, yeah, that'll be that side of things dealt with. I wanted to get this done as soon as possible because I am out, well, in exactly 12 hours. I will be out for a coffee with some work friends. I say work friends, they're more like work mums. This thing, I don't know if I've mentioned it on stream before, but like, I don't know how I manage it. Everywhere I go, I seem to acquire mums. Like, I am realistically flattered, but also it's oddly specific. Like, I assumed it was just a work thing, but no, I've managed it at weddings as well, and house parties even. So yeah, I'm off to see a couple of my work mums, which is awesome. But it does mean I have to be pretty mindful of my time today. Alright, that's probably fine. So, I want to stick a bunch of this in some slightly sketchy areas. Really, mainly along some of the edges, because they're a little bit thin in places. This is objectively overkill, but I'd rather that than not, but, you know. Also want to reinforce the snake. Probably all going to be completely fine. But I've come too far for it to not be. I would much rather commit to overkill and guarantee that it is definitely going to be fine. That edge I'd like to deal with as well. How am I going to get to it? Kind of need to get in under here. What I can get off of here. Why do I always stick on the most jarring playlist? One from Funky Town to Donkey Kong. be back, I just need to be able to see what I'm doing. Not sure how much of this I can easily remove. Oh no, I can get in there, that's fine. This might actually be a decent opportunity to tidy this up and build up this front edge. If I could not drop scissors on the floor while I'm in Crocs, that would be great. Alright, don't need that. Yeah, try and get it under here. That's fine. This bit away, and then I'll just build up the front again. Kind of has been blocking. Yeah, it's been blocking this front bit, annoyingly. So actually there's a bunch under here that's not been covered. Best laid plans and all that. So what I think I'll do, I'll cut away a chunk of this front. I'll attempt to cut away a chunk of this front. I'll just paste a load of the new stuff over it instead. Because it's not quite doing what I want it to. It was under here, it wasn't getting to. Now I can see because I cut that bit away. So, just give it some of that. Okay. That's a lot better. I just make that fairly thick. Deals with that. Right, I've got to think about how I can lean this. A bit more up through here. That looks better. Right. I'm trying to think about the best way to clean this. Probably back on the thing again. Don't want to get anything super stuck. Fine enough. Cool. Right. And I'm going to whack a bunch more of this around. So I've got stuff to put locators in. The main kind of bulk of it is honestly fine. One of these. Or another one with a slightly smaller one. Oh no, that's not even a thing. Cool. Didn't even tell. Oh, I should be able to stick one in there. Cool. If I'm getting too specific with it again. Already pretty well covered. Just need to have enough to whack locators in. And I'll have another look at the edges with what I've got left. Definitely overkill. That's fine. I'll have to see what other bits I can do other than this. I know I've got a mould under my bench that I made a couple of years ago. I never got round to making a jacket for. I've got plaster. No, we'll see. See what I decide I feel like doing. Because I'm not super keen on using like all the fiberglass in gear when I can't open a door. Don't like that. Because it's like, yeah, I'm in a respirator, but also ventilation is ventilation. Like it's just better to have it than to not. And I would rather, I'd much rather, not least because I keep leaving the garage smelling of resin. It isn't like the end of the world, but it's kind of annoying. It's gonna be big. That's fine. Another one along here somewhere. Is that going to end up being annoying down the line? I feel like it is. Might just not bother putting any others in, to be honest. Don't want to make it difficult to get the jacket off later. So I might just not stick another one in there. It's annoying to get everything off first time round. Okay. That whole edge is fine. So that's a plus. This edge, a little bit sketch. Okay. Just a bit more along there. The rest of that edge is actually probably okay. Right. This front edge is still a point of contention. Hopefully that deals with that. Right. I need to think about how I can leave this. I might leave it hung over the back of the fan. That's what I've done in the past. I will engineer something. Hung it in the vice before, but it's a lot heavier now than it was. Oh yeah, okay. I can just about fit it on the back of the fan. Right. I don't like it a whole bunch though. Okay. I will engineer something that is less horrifying. Because my options for leaning it are kinda sorta pretty limited. I might stick a little bit more on one of these edges while I'm here. Stuff along here. Overkill, yeah, but yeah. I wonder. I can stick it on there. Remove my heat gun. Forward planning is occasionally a thing I'm capable of, but typically it's not so much a thing. Don't mind the banging noises. Just engineering something. I don't think that will quite. No, that won't quite. Will it sit on that? Yes, but not as comfortably as it did on the fan. So maybe I do just commit to the fan. Because the fan works, I'm just not super stoked with it. It's not my favourite thing. Okay. It's gonna have to be the fan. I just don't enjoy the oscillation. It's gonna be safer on here than it would be on anything else, I think. I hope. Yeah, whatever way it spins, it's not coming off. So I'm gonna say it's fine. It's so not, but I'm gonna say it is. I just wish it wasn't moving around so much. Can I move the fan and have it be slightly more stable? I'm not sure if that's better or worse. Whatever, it's fine. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. I just don't like it at all. That's fine. Where did I put that? There it is. I've got some leftover silicone. Oh yeah. Might as well wax some in the ice cube tray. The ones I did last time. There's a tiny bit left over. It's just a nice means of using up what I've got left. Because it's really not much. Let me give this a real quick one of those. And I'll take what's left in here and just whack it in there. And I've got to think about what other stuff I can be doing. I mean, a lot of it is going to be fabric-based stuff. I can't believe Tenacious D managed to get Dio in that movie. I know that seems out of pocket, but again, my playlist is really old. And I was also thinking, like, the Iron Maiden tomorrow, which is huge, and just, it's not a similar vein, but it also is, you know. It's all stuff that my nan introduced me to. Not Tenacious D. Dio, yes. Tenacious D was, well, I think my parents initially, then my aunt and uncle kind of opened the door to, like, there's also a movie. Like, wait a minute, there's what? Like, it's not a good movie, but the album's decent. Alright, cool, good enough. And just leave that vibing for a while. Then I have more locators, which is cool. Probably gonna have to chop them up though, because they're kind of big. We try and tidy a load of stuff up. And then I'm gonna think about what else I can do while I'm here. I can test a couple of things. See if I can clear that cut out. If I can reuse it, then huge. This is all still sticky, so I want to try and salvage the bag. Oh, okay, I can feel most of this off actually, that's fine. I do kind of want to have a look at that fiberglass eddy. But there are a couple of bits I want to sand. And I want to keep these little cardboard strips if I can. I'm bound to use them again. Well, keep the ones that I can. Keep these. Try and clear some of the crud off the gloves, but I'm not going to get very far. What else can I be trying out? There are a couple of things. I do want to start looking at sculpting the hilt for that glass dagger, but I can do that without being in a respirator, you know, since I'm kind of geared for it. I'm more looking for chemical stuff, but fiberglass is unpleasant with no ventilation. It makes me garage sink for ages, so I'd rather not. Um, maybe I will just look at Eddie. Need to try and empty this out as well at some point. The newer silicone. Fix it perfect. Just. I feel like I can stick that in its own bag. Yeah, I kind of need to. Do I have another bag around? Just a small one? Not really. Maybe I just stick it in a used cup. At least it isn't getting stuck everywhere. My own fault for trying to tip stuff out of the lid and then being surprised when it's running down the side. Right, well, if I've done the silicone on that, looking on the main piece I did at this point at least 10 minutes ago, right? If I say worst case scenario, it would have been 3 o'clock. Then, okay. And by the time I've had breakfast, I should be able to stick a fiberglass jacket on it, basically. Play it safe and say around 7:30-ish. That should then be completely fine. It'd even be safer and pull it out. Then the sun becomes a problem, so I'll have to say. How this cup's a mess. Maybe I just stick it in cling film. Whatever I can salvage that I've used already. Nah, that's all a mess. I'm not going to use any of that. Unless I just that. Yeah, got it. That's fine. At least fine enough. I don't really want to put 2 in one. That's also a mess. But whatever. I'll clear some stuff up. I'll have a think. Yeah, I had a brush that's just been sat in acetone for a couple of days. Actually seems to be okay again. I don't know why I'm surprised it's acetone, but yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Or multi things. Gel that I don't need over here right now. Wet scissors back. This I'll have to deal with later. I want to look at? I think Eddie. I just want to tidy him up a bit. I don't want to get him sticky because these gloves are definitely sticky. Out of interest, what does the glass? Because I've wanted to try that for a while. Interesting. Does it give me instructions? Ooh, it's corrosive. That's exciting. Must read the SDS. Yep. Interesting. Interesting. Causes skin irritation. Blah blah blah. Yep, yep, yep. Still doesn't give me any info. How long does it take to cure the... I may have to do a little more reading on this before I use it. I don't want to be stood here swishing something around for a million years. So maybe I'll wait for that. And I will just mess with Eddie. He doesn't look too bad. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But there are a few little bits I kind of just want to sand out. And I'm a little dubious of sanding things with silicone, but then it's the outer layer, so am I that phased? Probably not. Probably fine. What sanding bits have I got just kicking about? I only want it to be very, very fine. I don't want to leave any real marks on this. It's mostly just a couple of little bits that are annoying me. So I will just give him a very light sand. It's making it easier to paint as well. That's another thing. I need to order a load of spray primer. Better. Where's one of my little dusting brushes? That's way better. Jeez, okay. A little imperfection there. Not really a biggie. I do want to trim all of this off, but that is going to require a Dremel. So it's not really something I should be doing at this time in the morning. don't think hacksawing it is going to be the best idea. Sanding it actually is stupidly helpful. There are just a few little bits. I think it's where the talc and the gel coat kind of got caught. Just got hit with lava chicken. Why? Why do I do this to myself? This is my fun bonus, in fairness. So it makes sense that it was on here, but I wasn't ready for lava chicken. Some mornings it's just I want to set the time. No, so I thought, yeah, I'll do my fun playlist. I just don't know. I don't remember most of what's on here. Then that's a lot of the fun of it. Is getting jumped with stupid stuff. Be less of a faff if I had all of this cut away. If I use scissors, it'll break away too close to the actual thing. So I'll be doing that. If I could get away with journaling now. I feel like I probably definitely can't. just for the dust, really. I have an extractor, but it's just better to do these things outside. The dust still ends up getting everywhere. Fairness, if I have to be in town this afternoon, I could always try and look for primer in person. Don't know where I'd look though. Don't really have anywhere in town now. Used to, but not so much these days. I can only think of one hardware shop. And last I was in there, they didn't have any because I looked. So maybe I'll see. Just think if there's anything I could try and grab in preparation for being out tomorrow as well. I need to check the arena rate though, because I've not been there before. Like, these kinds of places never let you have backpacks or, big bags. But it's one of those, like, are they going to be particular about having see-through bags? Because if not, I have a shoulder one that I usually wear that's decent. Big enough to stick a water bottle in. I'll have to have a look. I've got a lot I need to do again today. But once me, that's just kind of the standard. But I like being busy, especially on my own terms. Definitely felt a lot better the last couple of days because I've actually been able to be productive rather than being stuck indoors because of the weather. For how few layers it took, like this is pretty sturdy and it's super light. So I'm gonna have to mess around with this more, I think. We're trying to be very careful with it though, because I'm not sure what the limit of its strength are. don't really want to find out. No, 'cause if I had primer, I could try and paint this up and take it with me tomorrow. Maybe. I'll think about it. I think I would be causing myself unnecessary stress. But again, I'll check the regs on the stadium's site, see what I can get away with. And maybe if I deliberately paint it to be like the album cover, I'd be saving myself some aggro as far as how long it would take me to do. It definitely takes a while if I do it the way I've done it before. Whereas if I'm doing it all in one colour and then just kind of shading it, that's fine. So I'd want to do the flames in the eyes as well. Do some more research into gel coat as well. Because the trouble is, like doing this now is fine, I'm here. I can't stand my armor piece because I've textured it. So I can't rely on sanding it when I get the cast out the mold. And is it going to matter as much because it's not supposed to be smooth? Might be okay. Sanding the headdress is fine, then it gets to like the face. I don't really want to have to sand that. I don't think it's going to matter if I do. Because all of the details are pretty deep. I don't actually think it's going to cause a problem. I'd get a lot of the random little bits off. I think it is just excess ink. Pretty sure, you know? Quite a few bits that I'm probably going to have to fish out with one of my sculpting tools. I can't stand it anymore without actually smoothing stuff off, which is not what I want. I can do a little bit. I don't want to be doing too much. And I showed this to my nan yesterday. She likes it just as it is. Because of the way the light shines through it. It's kind of cool. And I'm inclined to agree. It's pretty cool. It's fun. It's so light. Shouldn't be a major issue for sure. Yeah, it's big, which is annoying. But the weight of things tends to be the bigger issue. Because I like to be able to offer these on my Etsy. Because they're fun. I like them. I like making them. I like making them. I like them. So I'll have to figure out the specifics around that. And I've got another mould somewhere I wanted to redo the jacket for. So I can start making a bunch of those too. Keep remembering all these things that I've started. Only slightly stressful. I am gonna have to look at a lot of these little imperfections manually. definitely have to stand off the rest of these. Got rid of a lot of the little bubbly bits, but still a few kicking about. It's one of those things, like, ordinarily, I'd wax some primer on it so I could see what I was doing. But I don't have any. I'll order some online, but I still want to have a look and see if I can find any out in the wild. Do that and order some more sticks for mixing stuff with. Probably ordered both of those in a one. It's better than it was. Alright. Bunch of little vessels I need to try get rid of. Let me see. Would it be easier to use? I know why I say it was over here. Yeah, probably this, right? Okay, no, they definitely come away. He says. The first one definitely came away. That one did as well. Okay, so far they are removable. A lot of them to go through. Not all of them are as removable, it seems. Some of them are definitely more removable than others. may end up being more awkward than I had anticipated. I mean, it might not matter a whole bunch as far as the finished look of the final thing, but it's, again, difficult to know without it being. So many of these good grief. I'm going to be here for a long time. Oh, actually, some of them are more under the surface, so I'm not as bothered. It's only the ones that stand away that I'm really looking to mess with. This might not be that bad. There's a chance. These are just refusing to come away there. I end up having to kind of fill some bits retroactively. I'm not super bothered, to be honest. The more obvious ones are coming away fine. The little ones that are a problem. But again, it only really matters if they're visible on the final finish. I think that one's gonna be a problem. These come away pretty easily. We have to get a decent grip on this one. Oh no, I managed. keep debating whether I try and convert like the wall in front of me into a proper spray booth. I might. I'm just thinking about like needing to spray this with various. Like maybe if it's raining, then I can't, and the minute it's raining, yeah, maybe I'll have a look into that as well. I reckon I could probably, but again, I keep setting myself up with impossible bloody tasks and deadlines. I reckon I could get this done today. I do need to get the fiberglass done on that, though. Isn't actually that bad. A lot of these come away pretty easily. And that's not too bad. Feels worse than it actually is. Just a bunch of these tiny little beads. Those are all fine. This is a lot stronger than I was expecting it to be. not even full yet. Awesome. Okay, that's good. Wondering if I were to try and order primer now, I'd be able to get same day delivery. Just on the off chance. Let me see. Worth trying, right? Look, trying to avoid. Google keeps giving me suggestions for Iron Maiden stuff. I'm like, no, I don't want to know. I want to find out when I get there. Thank you. Alright, let's do. I forgot Wi-Fi on my phone is horrendous. Ugh. In your own time. Right, while it's thinking about it, I'll go back to picking at this. Still loading? It's still loading. I should have specified. So, what do I usually get? I think Rust-Oleum. Try that again. Already a lot better. Is it loaded yet? What kind of volume do I usually get in these? That says 500 mil. Oh, this says 400, so okay. Oh, alright, no, screen's gone blank. Cool. Awesome. I'm sure that's fine. Where can I even hold this? I'm gonna have to do it like that, I think. Slightly easier. fairness, most of the tiny ones come away immediately. Just a lot of them. Thinking about it. 13 quid for primer. Why though? Yeah, that's the one I usually get. And it's cheaper, so don't mind if I do. Loaded. Huzzah! Right. Mm. So I'll add one of those, and then I'm also going to look specifically for plastic primer. Oh, it's just like actually loading now. That's nice. Spray guns. That's dangerous. I want to get a spray gun at some point, but that's one I've used before. But also it was kind of a pain in the ass from my it got kind of sticky. I think I'll probably go for this. Just in case. I used to have like this basic bitch surface primer and also a plastic primer. I then ran out of both. I think I'll do one of each. Cheaper to get white. Than it is to get grey. Annoyingly. Because I prefer grey. But it's more expensive to get grey, so I'll just get white, I guess. Got it, it's £1 more to get grey. I'll just get grey. Grey is just my preferred. Ooh, I don't want varnish. I want primer. just check specs for this. Hmm. So, I'll grab one of these as well. Then, okay, well, that one's not going to get here for a few days, annoyingly. I can get one of them through. Right, let me faff with this real quick. At least then I know I've got something on the way. Um, Can't get any same day stuff. That's whatever. Yeah, that one come tomorrow. So yeah, do both of those. And then I'll still see if I can find something today. Uh, Great. It's not letting me verify my card. Alright, amazing. Let me use my other one then. God thank. That's the fun of setting up a load of new business accounts and stuff. Right. Just have to. Oh, well, I'm gonna make that a problem for me later on. I'll write it on my to-do list, which is somewhere. Yeah, okay. Say Friday. I will get in touch with the bank because I am not able to verify things because they've not connected my phone, which is awesome. Mm-hmm, mm, right, done. Good. Okay. At least I know I definitely have primer coming now for sure. And then if I am able to get any today, then great. If I'm not, then less great, but also definitely got something. In fairness, I'll probably duck out in a bit to get breakfast earlier than usual. Because at least then I can be back in here sooner. Because there's not much that I'm able to get on with at the minute. I have to wait for the silicone to do the things that it'll do. I'm able to faff with it again. I can do the jacket for that. And I'd said what, like 8-ish? In fairness, it's probably more like 2:45. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So by 7, I should be able to do the jacket for that without issue. But I'll prod it at the time and see whether that holds up. I also want to try and see if I can find any sort of sandy effect sprays kicking about in the wild. If not, I'll just make something up, but if I've decided I want to have this ready for tomorrow, because I hate myself, then, you know, probably worth scoping things out. This stuff is obscenely strong. I don't know why I'm surprised, but I am. Okay, actually, this doesn't look too bad. It didn't take me as long as I thought it would. Okay, well, I've done most of it at this point. Need to do the other side of his face. But actually, that's not too bad. I'm not super bothered. I can get this fiddled with. Go get breakfast, and then think about what else I could be getting on with. It's a banger, but it's a Christmas song. So I refuse. So we'll be skipping it. Sure, let's do that. Oh, hang on. Ah, what's up? How's it going? Looks good, thank you. It's very much one of those like I could probably do this sort of things. So yeah, well it has been a minute. It's definitely been a minute, but also I've been fairly inconsistent with this until pretty recently. So I'm definitely not going to hold it against you. There's been a lot going on. Hope you're doing good. Life's been a little bit chaotic at the minute. I mean, like, good chaotic, in fairness, but definitely chaotic. Been meaning to pop by, I've had a ton of schoolwork and stuff, totally fair. Did you finish the knives? Ha ha ha. Kind of. So, I have blades now in a usable sort of state. So these were just test parts, but I can slap halves together and have a thing. So, yeah, the molds for those are done. I have to sculpt the guard for the blades and the hilt. But once I've got that done, I will have all of the pieces to assemble an actual knife, which is pretty epic. At the minute, I've had to prioritize my main cosplay build because, you know, deadlines. So, yeah. Yo, thanks. That's pretty hype. That's pretty hype. I've got the molds. Let me retrieve them. Just to make my case. So, I have these. So, a mold for each of the two halves because I had to engineer it a bit because they weren't even to start with. So it took a lot of faff to make them even. But now I have molds for both halves. They look good. Thank you. So, yeah, they're just the molds that I made of the blade, which I had somewhere. Ah, no, that's the old one. Where did I put it? Trouble is, I've been moving things around a lot at the minute. It was up here originally. I don't know where I've put it now. But yeah, they're just the molds that I took of, like, the evened out blade, basically. Then everything is more symmetrical. Thanks. But, yeah, at the minute, everything is chaos in here, so I don't know where I've put anything. I've had so many things that I've just been kind of intermittently working on. So, yeah, absolute carnage in here right now. But, oh well. I've just been enjoying getting on with stuff, to be honest. Very much one of those people, like, it's an all or nothing sort of situation. I can't just be like, oh yeah, I'll do something. I'll do this, and also this, and also this. And that's very much reflected in the state of the garage right now. It's like this this was never meant to be a thing that I did. I just decided it would be a good way to test some new materials, and it was. But now I've decided, like, oh, it'd be nice if I had this, like, painted and all the rest of it. So I've made my life more difficult again, basically. What's the mask I'm making? So this was a cast that I pulled out of a mold that I made years ago. So I'm a big Iron Maiden fan, and this was a sculpt that I did, geez, what, like 4 or 5 years ago now, I think. So I had the mold for just lying around, and I wanted to test out some new resins for my main cosplay build. So I thought, you know what, I'll drag out the old mold for this and just see how it goes. And then it actually worked quite well. So now I'm thinking, alright, well, you know, this doesn't just have to be a test anymore. I can make this nice and actually use it as a finished thing. So I still haven't fixed that part. Don't mind that. Yeah, this was just one of those things that was never meant to work as well as it did, and now I'm insisting on finishing it. But it's mostly to kill some time while I wait for my main cosplay stuff to cure. So it's another one of those things that I can just kind of do in between various projects. Looks good, thank you. It reminded me I needed to order a load of primer because I ran out the other day after using it to paint a mirror for my nan in the bathroom. And I forgot to order anymore. Gonna need it for this. But yeah, all fun, really. I've heard about Iron Maiden. Is it a show or something? They're a band. They are an old school metal band. And one of my favourites. And I'm going to see them tomorrow in London with my nan. Because she introduced me to Iron Maiden. She's cool. So, yeah. Just thought it was kind of a funny coincidence. That whole era of music is my sort of thing, you know. Primarily, I'm super into like 70s rock, also like old school metal. Uh, nice, that sounds about right. Yeah, pretty much. Hope you have fun. Thank you. Good do. Got to see them for the first time last year, and it absolutely blew my mind. Because I always go into these things like I don't look anything up. I don't check the set lists. I go in completely blind, and it was insane. Absolutely amazing. So I'm doing the same this time. Just gonna show up, see what happens, and probably leave with my mind blown. Because they're all like older guys, but it doesn't change how they sound. And I respect that a lot. Even the vocals are still amazing. So I'm excited to see what they end up playing. There are a couple of songs that I'm expecting, like, they have to do, you know. But it'd be fun to see what they come out with. See what's different to last year. I've got a mate of mine who's going with a bunch of his friends as well. I'll try and catch up with him while I'm there, depending on whether I get phone signal. That's usually a problem. Are you a big music person? Because for me, it's a huge deal. But I know a friend of mine is just completely uninterested. So seems to vary. I'm always interested to know the kind of things people listen to. It's always interesting to know what kind of influences people have. Because obviously for me, my nan was a massive influence. But it differs for other people. Sometimes it's family, sometimes it's friends. Sometimes it's, well, video games is another big one. Ah, speaking of which, I like music. I love Zelda soundtrack and video game music. Yeah, excellent choice. Very, very good choice. I have the back when I got Skyward Sword, I got the 25th anniversary edition that came with like the disc, the music disc. So I have all of that on Spotify. Have you heard AJR? Maybe, but I can't say off the top of my head. I would know. It's so goofy and relational. Usually that's the best stuff. Like I'm a big Tenacious D fan because it's just silly and it makes me smile. Yeah, I love that. Good. They're another one I got to see, I think, a couple of years ago now. think it was a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, I was at the absolute back of the arena, so it was kind of hard to see anything. They were really good. And they had a guy opening for them. I think his name was Steel Beans. He was insane. He was like a one-man band, but not like a gimmicky one-man band, like a ridiculously good one-man band. He was unreal. Like I thought, okay, he'll be fun. This'll be nice. No, he was just phenomenal. I always like to have a little mix of like silly things and then stuff that like actually blows my mind. Beans. Yep. That's the thing, right? Like I heard his name and was like, oh, he's just gonna be like a fun little gimmicky act or whatever. I was not prepared for him to be stupidly good. I think he was wearing like a spacesuit when he came out. So everything was pointing to him just being silly. I think that's probably part of it. Like, sets your expectations up and then you just get them completely shattered when he gets going, which is really quite smart. I think he's usually wearing like silk robes, like floral silk robes. A bit like Mark Rabelais, similar sort of vibe. Like looks silly, presents himself as silly, and then is just very good. You've been doing all right, work going well, eating enough, drinking water. Okay, right. There's a lot to unpack here. Have I been doing all right? Yes. Work going well? Yes. But also, I quit my job. So it's going well because I'm not there anymore. Um, that was a whole thing because I was very, very not okay, and it finally got to a point where I was like, you know what, this is not worth any of what I'm putting into it. For what it's doing to me, this is not okay. So I quit, and I have instead been focusing on setting up, well, my own business, basically. Um, it's taking a lot longer than I had expected it would take to set things up, but that is the game plan, is to work for myself doing stuff like this. That's, that's the end goal, but I've got a lot to do to get there. Am I eating enough and drinking water? Not so much. What was I doing? So, I was working for a big American company. So I'm gonna. I don't know what I can and can't disclose. So I will tell you that I was working. It was a sciencey thing. I was working in a lab. And it was bad. It was very, very bad. um, it wasn't a field that I was interested in to begin with. I ended up there as kind of a matter of chance. And I managed to work my way up to being like a team lead, basically. But eat something. In fairness, I was going to go and do that fairly soon. I'd say 5 a.m. at the latest, I will dip to go and get breakfast, and then I will come back. So that is on my to-do list. I will actually do that soon. Um, yeah. Basically, it was just one of those like wound up being a team lead, and had gone into it like I wasn't interested in career progression. I just wanted to try and fix stuff, and that was the big mistake. Assuming that the further up you go, the more you can change things. But I ended up more frustrated because I was trying to fix stuff and nothing was being done. You know? It's kind of worse when you're like almost in a position to fix something. Yeah, don't worry, I won't disclose anything that's gonna get me in trouble. Drink something? Yes, that is another thing on my to-do list. It's definitely another thing that I will do. Thank you for reminding me, because I do need reminding. Because if I'm here on my own, I will just suffer for as long as I can. So yeah, I will duck out and go and eat and drink stuff soon. And then I should be able to get back in an hour or so. It shouldn't take me an hour, but I always allow longer than I think it will take me, because my perception of time does not exist. So yeah, I'll come back and I'll see what else I can get on with, really. A little bit limited based on how long it takes for various chemicals to cure. I'll have to see. I don't think your nan will be happy either. Yeah, true, true. Don't worry, you're good. You're good. I will definitely go and eat something very, very soon. It's fine. And then I'll also have to think about what else I can get on with when I get back. Because this is now much better than it was. Got rid of most of the annoying little imperfections on it. Yeah, mostly okay. I'm so going to get glass stuck in my hands again. That's all fine. It's a little bit down under here that I need to mess with, but not the end of the world. I meant it in a funny way. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Definitely not phased. Yeah, no. Honestly, fine. I get the vibe. Don't know whether I'm going to be able to get many of these. This isn't looking too bad. And I can come back after I have had things to eat and assess whether I want to risk messing with silicone, even though I definitely shouldn't. This is where it gets dangerous, because I end up impatient. It's better if I use the time to try and get all of this off from around the edge. Then I shouldn't really be using power tools after 5 in the morning. So, can you glove to stop the glass getting in your hands? Yeah. And I usually do. The reason I haven't is because all of this, like, top surface is completely fine. It's only, like, the edges and the inside that is less fine. So, really, I shouldn't be touching anything that would be a problem. Only because I'm myself, and of course I am. So, that's the only issue. I would usually wear gloves for stuff like this. I'm reasonably okay with how this is now. 5 a.m. or p.m.? 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. for me. I get up very early in the mornings because I like the peace and quiet. Getting in here is going to be tricky. I'm probably going to have to deal with this bit after I've trimmed off all of this. Don't think I'm going to have to get in there before. So, yeah. That's fine. Gives me time to go have breakfast, read up on how to use a few chemicals, and maybe come back and test them afterwards. Let's see. Depends on what I end up reading, I suppose. 8:52 here. I like staying up late. Nah, see, I go to bed very early. But that's because I wake up at like 10 to 1 in the morning. So, you know, I suppose it's kind of staying up late-ish. Because I'm awake at that time. But it's because I wake up early rather than because I've been awake the whole time. That's slightly different. But it's always funny when I get messages from friends who are awake at that sort of time, and I can reply to them straight away. And I know that they'll be going to bed soon. Like I was talking to a mate this morning, and like, you know, we're so used to it now, we don't even mention the fact. Oh man, yeah, literally. Like a running joke. I always say to people, like, if we're gonna hang out, just keep in mind that I have the same bedtime as a toddler. So we'll have to hang out earlier in the day so I can be back and go to bed early. I don't sleep enough, so I'm up late and up early. Ugh. Nah, screw that. I get enough sleep. If I can get between sort of 5 and 5.5 hours, then I'm probably gonna be fine. You know why I keep assuming that I'll be able to do this? No, I need to cut this first. So, no, I'm going to call it here for now. Go and eat something. And, yeah, I'll do that. And then I'll come back in probably an hour or so. And then it depends how the silicone's doing on this piece over here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to wait until at least 7 to deal with that. Like, minimum 7 in the morning. So I will leave this as it is for now. I'll come back and maybe use some power tools. By then it'll be sort of 6 a.m. so I can... Oh no, that's still too early, isn't it? Way too early. Well, I'll at least come back and tidy some stuff up. Because there's a lot of stuff everywhere at the minute. So that's something I can do. Just tidy things. Yeah, I'm gonna duck out for now. Because, you know, food and stuff. See you around, have fun, eat good. Thank you very much. I shall do all of those things. And if I catch you later, then epic. If not, then enjoy your evening. And yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. So have a good one.